Hey everyone, it's Sunday. Okay, well, this week the topic is going to be, what do you want to teach us, or teach us something? It can be uh, anything really. It can be short, it can be long. Mine's going to be a little long since I am teaching you how to do screen printing. So I'm going to jump into that video right now. Okay guys, so we're all set up here. I am doing this a little bit in advance of the video, so whatever you see come out on this screen may be already out, and you might actually see the finished product before we even do this week's video. But here we are, we're set up. This is a basic speedball frame and screen that you can go out and buy at just about any art store. I know Michael's has them, I know Hobby Lobby has them, and I know Packetans have them. I'm not sure about Joann's, but I know those three stores do have them. What you want to do is buy a starter kit. It comes with ink, it comes with everything that you need to do, I think, at least 3 or 4 projects. I've found other places, though, that I can get more bulk stuff because I see myself doing more of these in the future. So, what we're going to start off by doing is, I had already used this screen once. I had replaced the screening. It comes with a screen in it already, but after you use it a few times, it gets nasty and you just need to change it. I use a white organza that you can get from just about any fabric store. It works pretty well, so I'm gonna start taping up the edges. It keeps all of your emulsion and everything out from the corners, so it's not as hard to clean and you can reuse the screen. And so I'm gonna start taping up here, and we'll see you right after that. Okay guys, so we got our edges taped up. Depending on how much of a gap you want and how much of a screen you're going to use, really depends on how much room you want, but I just went in pretty significantly on the ends and left the edges out a little more considerably, but it's not too much room, even though it's a small screen. You got enough room to work. Sorry about that, I just kicked the camera. But, go. But, yep. So, what we're going to do after this, and you tape everything up, I forgot to say the first part is that you want to wash your screen. I had already washed my screen and everything like that. You don't want to have any factory gunk or anything like that on the fabric whenever you're putting emulsion on, or whenever you're using ink. It can cause the chemicals in the ink, whenever you heat dry it, to not set right. It can cause the emulsion not to set right, and you basically just do everything for nothing and waste material. Just make sure everything's washed. You can use soap. A lot of people just use water to just get all the greases and stuff like that off, but a lot of people will use like dish soap. Just squirt a little dish soap on, clean it off, rub it off. Don't use any brushes or anything like that. Just wipe it with your hand or even a sponge. But next, we're going to use a blue light sensitive emulsion. I don't know if it's going to adjust to that or not. But, adjust. Okay. It's not going to want to adjust. But, it's a speedball photosensitive emulsion is what it's called. But what it is a light sensitive emulsion. It goes on blue, it dries to a dark blue, and you want to squeegee it on. It's not a real hard process, and you'll see it here in a few seconds. But you want to do this in a semi-dark room. You don't want to have a whole lot of light, because it'll start the chemical process, and once again, you don't want to waste materials, because this stuff can get expensive if you're messing up and you keep redoing and redoing stuff. So keep in mind, you want to do this in a kind of dark room. Okay guys, now that there's the emulsion on the screen, it's a light blue, you want to stick it in a dark cabinet or something overnight, and after that it should be a dark blue that you can then burn. So we'll start again tomorrow. Okay, screen is dried overnight, so now we have to do our stencil. So our stencil, or our positive, whatever you want to call it. It's easy if you have Photoshop. If you have even MS Paint, you can make basic designs on MS Paint. But what I use to print my positives out is a multi-purpose projection paper. It's just a plastic sheet. It's got a rough side and a smooth side. Rough side so it can pick up the ink. After you're done, just cut it out so it's a little smaller, like I've done. Right here. That's it. So all we have to do is tape this onto our dried screen and put it on a light, and it'll be ready. Okay, so we got our print taped all to our screen, and emulsion side up. And what I do is I take a black piece of poster board, and then sometimes if it needs a little, I'll put like a book or something, and then a cloth of some sort. I'm using a brown pillowcase. You just need something dark to cover that. And then I lay a pane of glass just to compress everything so that it doesn't have any air bubbles in it. And then I have made a custom light box. Yes, it's out of aluminum foil and a tote. I used a roto zip to cut out the middle. You can just use a desk lamp with a either like a floodlight bulb in it, or it'll just take a little longer. The black light, which I mean is real easy to get a hold of. You can get a black light pretty cheap anywhere, but it works relatively fast compared to a normal light, so I recommend using a black light. But now you just set everything on top of this and turn the black light on, and it's should be done in about 20 minutes. Okay guys, as you can see, it's kind of like a yellowish now. Wherever you had your stencil, now all you have to do is wash it out, and you'll have a clear stencil that you can add ink to. So I'm going to go wash this out and be right back. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed that. Hopefully you took a little bit away from it if you ever do want to end up doing screen printing. It's a real easy kind of thing. It doesn't take a whole lot to get used to. You just have to have the right stuff and have enough equipment to do it, and have a big enough workspace. It's not really a whole lot of thing that you would want to do in a dorm room, but you can. So, but other than that, not much is going on in my life. I'm waiting this week for a response on my RA position, and I got an exam, and I think I got an exam next week. But, so I'm gonna upload this, and I'm gonna watch some Walking Dead tonight and some Comic Book Men. So, hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope everybody has a great and wonderful week. Summer, I'll see you tomorrow. And everybody else, see you next weekend. See ya.